3 successive World Cup semifinals. I mean, think about that. We're looking at a squad so deep it literally borders on unfair. While the rest of the world was just scrambling through a totally chaotic group stage, France casually reminded everyone exactly why they are the undisputed rulers of international football.
After putting on a clinical 2-0 dismantling of a really fierce Moroccan side at Boston Stadium, Les Blues have officially booked the very first slot in the 2026 Final Four. But as Didier Deschamps' men sit back and celebrate, the rest of the tournament bracket has transformed into an absolute war zone. Everyone is just fighting for the chance to face them. France is waiting on the survivor of the blockbuster Spain versus Belgium clash, while on the completely other side of the map, a toxic war is brewing between England and Norway. France has definitely set the standard, so the question isn't whether they're ready. The real question is, can anyone actually stop them?
Section 1. Breaking the Moroccan Fortress. Okay, let's dive right into this and look at the cold, tactical execution that sent France through. To really understand how France's cold-blooded serenity mathematically overpowered the Moroccan defense, just take a look at these numbers. They generated a staggering 3.10 expected goals. Compare that to Morocco's microscopic 0.13. With 21 shots to Morocco's 4, I mean, this wasn't just a win, right? It was a methodical, suffocating siege. But, it didn't actually start that way. For the first 45 minutes, the ghost of 22 hung really heavily over the pitch. When Moroccan goalkeeper Yassine Bounou brilliantly guessed right to deny a tamer-than-usual Kylian Mbappe penalty in the 28th minute, the stadium completely erupted. For a second there, it genuinely looked like an underdog narrative was rewriting itself.
And this is exactly where Didier Deschamps proved his tactical genius. Recognizing that massive Moroccan defensive wall, Deschamps didn't just throw out panic substitutions at halftime. No, instead he leaned into their core philosophy. France doesn't change people, they change how they create space. Deschamps instructed Mbappe to drift centrally, play a lot more freely to manipulate that space, and essentially pull those Moroccan center backs completely out of position.
And this brilliantly illustrates how they created that first goal. It's a highly intelligent sequence that finally broke the deadlock. Right at the 60th minute, Mbappe completely shakes off his earlier mistake. He receives the ball centrally, just outside the box, and cleverly uses defender Issa Diop as a literal visual shield to blind the goalkeeper, before curling an absolute missile past Bounou. It was just a moment of pure, undeniable superstar quality. And then, the collapse was instant. 360. That's how many seconds it took before Morocco could even adjust their defensive lines. A mere 360 seconds later, Mbappe turned creator, carving open the flank to feed Ousmane Dembele for a lightning-fast second goal. 2-0. Game over. That clinical, unyielding execution is perfectly summed up by Mbappe's own post-match words. He said, "There's only one way to relax, and that's by winning. Until we've done that, we don't let up." Talk about a terrifying mindset from a captain who literally just scored his 20th career World Cup goal as they calmly wait for their next victim.
Section 2. Surviving the tactical gauntlet. Now this is where the chessboard gets really fascinating. By advancing early, France gains an invaluable extra day of recovery, while their potential semifinal opponents prepare to completely tear each other apart in Los Angeles.
Now what's really interesting about this matchup is the sheer contrast in styles. You've got Spain's hyper-possession matrix, riding a massive 35-match unbeaten streak, squaring off against the transitional, heavy-metal Belgium side that has defied odds-makers all summer with 13 goals in just 5 matches.
But here's the catch. Belgium is walking into this brutal gauntlet with a fatal flaw. They've lost their anchor. Amadou Onana suffered a ruptured ACL against the United States, meaning he is out for the rest of the tournament. Without him, their central defensive balance is severely compromised, which is the absolute worst timing when you have to face the suffocating midfield dominance of Spain's Rodri and Pedri.
And if you want to know just how suffocating Spain can be, just look at this number. 0. Literally 0. That is exactly how many goals Spain has conceded in this entire tournament. 5 consecutive clean sheets. Whichever team survives this tactical gauntlet is going to have to turn right around and figure out how to handle France's high press. If Spain wins, we get an all-Iberian tactical classic. If Belgium pulls off the upset, it's a complete regional grudge match.
Section 3. A box office showdown. But fans are looking even further down the line, to Miami Stadium, which is currently preparing for an absolute war.
Norway is set to square off against England in what can only be described as a Hollywood blockbuster. This is the ultimate toxic war between former teammates. On one side, you have Jude Bellingham, England's midfield general, playing with the immense weight of an entire nation on his shoulders. On the other, Erling Haaland, the Norwegian Terminator. And Haaland is a looming, terrifying threat right now. He arrives in Miami on the back of an impossible 14-game international scoring streak. Yes, 14. England is going to have to play the absolute game of their lives to contain him.
The winner of that side of the bracket is widely tipped to be the only force actually capable of meeting France in a potential World Cup final. But make no mistake, the trap is set. The giant has marked its territory, and the remaining quarterfinalists are officially running out of time to figure out a game plan.
Section 4. The Road to Immortality. So the crucial point is this. The stakes have never been higher. France has thrown down the gauntlet, and they have proven they have the tactical flexibility and the superstar firepower to break down the absolute best defenses in the world. The road to football immortality runs directly through Paris.
So, who will survive the gauntlet to face Mbappe? What do you think? Will it be Spain's hyper-possession or Belgium's heavy metal counterattack that steps up to challenge the Kings? And honestly, can anyone actually deny Mbappe a historic third consecutive World Cup final appearance? Let me know your exact bracket predictions in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for our daily World Cup tactical explainers. See you at the next kickoff.